Your company SWOT is ineffective. I hate to bring you this news, but the typical or traditional SWOT really doesn't do anything to position a company for the future. We know what a SWOT is. A SWOT is basically our strengths and weaknesses and our opportunities and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are typically internal, and opportunities and threats are external. When we look at the true use of a SWOT, it typically is a bunch of information that really doesn't feed the strategic direction of the organization. In the strategy whiteboard, we've thrown all of that away and taken the concept of the SWOT but modified it. What we're doing here is we're taking external impacts, which are looking into the future, the things that are going to impact the company in the future, and then evaluate ourselves on an internal evaluation perspective based on where we think things are going in the future. So again, external impacts are the future, and internal evaluation is how we are prepared for that future. Now we can start seeing whether or not we're positioned for the changes, the rapid changes that take place. For example, this company called My Dad, and this is a company we use in order to illustrate various different points. Under external impacts, we'll go into this, external impacts. The first one is corporate health and wellness programs are becoming standard. So standard health and wellness programs, the question is, are we really even positioned for that at all? If we go over to our internal evaluation, which should be based on our external impacts, we can see that penetration with higher customer age brackets or direct to consumers is a strength. That's good. However, that is not good if the business is going more towards corporate programs, which is what we stated inside the external impacts. Further, we can go down here and we see under weaknesses, products are primarily targeted to consumers rather than used for company wellness. So now we have a weakness based on a growth area within the market. Again, the external impacts identified growth in the corporate space, and the internal evaluation says we actually have a weakness for that. So when we're looking at the connection between our external impacts right here and our internal evaluation, they really need to be blended together, meaning we need to be evaluating the company based on where we think the impacts are coming from in the future. And most SWOTs are really looking at the present or the past. So we need to shift that to the present and the future so that we can then adapt our strategy, because the strategy is about the future. So our customer and market, our product, our operations, and our people, these things really should be going back to building strategies for the future based on where we see things going externally and how we are positioned internally for what's going on outside the organization. So that's a little bit different take on the SWOT. It's a wider take, but a more substantial, and by doing this correctly using external impacts and the internal evaluation, we can build a more agile company for a changing future.